some of them, and most of you all know that for me, my life is centered around God, and it's centered around, having the peace of God and having, a real relationship with God. So, when things go on in our lives, I think that we feel that, and we start to equate that back to ourselves, and what did I do wrong, and why God, why do I have to go through this, and what did I not do, what have I should have done, and you start to equate it back to yourself. But nobody thinks about purpose in the process of the things that we go through, and nobody thinks about that it was intentionally done. Good morning, everybody. I just did the question and answer thing. A lot of it people were saying was personal, and then a lot of it I felt like need to come out, little by little, because maybe somebody else has questions about it or something like that. So, and sorry if it looks like I'm glaring. I'm setting my downstairs up as a studio, and I have lights, all kinds of lights, and I'm trying to figure out which is the right one. So I'm testing them out. So, But anyway, I did the question and answer thing, and, some of the questions that came out were really good questions. Some of it was personal, and some of it I really thought that should come out. So one of the questions was, what does intentional mean, as opposed to what I was talking about? So I hear this word, a lot. We have songs about it and everything. I hear it a lot. My pastor, actually, this is one of his words. So, yeah, I hear it all the time and everything. However, I was reading a post of one of my friends, and that word spoke to me so vivid. And everybody knows, I have friends from all walks of life, all backgrounds. They live in different countries and just everything. Some of them, and most of you all know that for me, my life is centered around God. And it's centered around, having the peace of God and having, a real relationship with God. So, when things go on in our lives, I think that we feel that, and we start to equate that back to ourselves, and what did I do wrong, and why God, why do I have to go through this, and what did I not do, what have I should have done, or and you start to equate it back to yourself. But nobody thinks about purpose in the process of the things that we go through, and nobody thinks about that it was intentionally done. We think, oh, it's something that I done, it's something that I didn't do, or something about blah, 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 blah. And we racking our brains trying to figure out why we crying. We, just know, I went through recently a bad situation. Some of you know, some of you don't know. It at this point, it really doesn't matter, because we always go through certain situations. We all have been through something that was a little bit traumatic to us. We've all been through something that could have torn us down. However, we got back up and we started fighting. We've all been through some things that we don't quite want to go through. We've all been to that place. So I recently went through something that was kind of traumatic to me, and then I found out that I'm still dealing with some things, even from, losing my mother and different other things, So in my perspective, at one point, and I'm not strong, y'all. I'm not strong all the time, y'all. I am strong enough to sometimes, tell other people something or speak into somebody else's life. And that was one of my main things. It's like, God, I speak over other people's families. I speak over other people's lives. And I'm praying, and people are calling me all the time to pray for them, for some things that I'm going through myself, that God, I just need your help too. And sometimes I feel like that, God, I'm doing all these things, and I'm going and I'm doing, and I'm speaking in your name, and I'm doing everything that I feel like you want me to do. I'm trying to be a good person, and I'm not speaking bad of people. I'm doing the right things. I'm trying to do everything that you want me to do. And then God spoke to me just in a post that I was reading and said, how did you not know that was intentional? How do you not know that? What if I did that for a reason? What if it was my intent for that to happen that way? What if it was intended for you to lose that job? What if it was intended for you to lose that relationship? What if it was intentional that I orchestrated everything that has happened up to this day? So then I started thinking differently. I started thinking differently and started thinking in the way that even as far as the world, this COVID, all of this, how did you not know that it was intended to happen this way? How do you not know that it was intended for you to lose at that point in time in your life? How do you know? So if you turn it around and you look and you start to look at different things and how God intends for things to happen and how things just turn around for your good, it seems like when that situation closed on me and then God spoke to me and said, hey, girl, that was intentional. Don't think for 1 minute that I didn't know that was going to happen. Don't think for 1 minute that I did not cause you to stand at that point in time so you can gain something that you needed to gain. How do you not know that once you came out of this relationship or this situation or that job or that thing that you should not have been in, how do you not know that I was just having you there so you can open up your eyes and see some things? So you can open up your heart, so you can understand that you can love again, so you can understand that you can open up again, so you can understand that you can go on after that job has gone on. I was trying to create something else for you, but that job closed in your face. I was trying to create something else for you, but you were so content that you wouldn't even let it go. I just wanted you to be there for a moment so that you could learn what you needed to learn, so that when you got out of it, you could create something bigger, better, and bigger. I had you in that job and in those places that you was in so that you could learn and glean from them, so that you can pick up everything that you needed to pick up for management, to manage your own business, to manage your own life, to manage your own next relationship, to be better in your next relationship, or to know what I don't want you to take in the next relationship. How did you not know that door closed just so I could open up a bigger and better door? Now I'm seeing how my life, and I've looked back over my life and I've seen the things that I've lost, but then I see the more that I've gained, and the more that I took stuff from other places where doors were shut in my face, and I took things from other places and was able to create something bigger. Even as far as what I do for my work and everything like that, other doors were shut in my face. But you know what? I learned. There was jobs that I was on that I gave 210%. And then something came up and they said, oh, we don't need you anymore. But God allowed the things that I learned from being there at that place to catapult me into my own business, where I had to use everything that I learned from all those other places and all those other doors that were shut in my face to actually create what I have. So don't count it, y'all. Just like I said yesterday, don't be disheartened. Don't be dismayed. Don't be disheartened. Don't be downtrodden. Don't put your head down. Don't. And I'm not going to say don't cry. Sometimes you got to cry, because at that feeling at that moment does not feel good. So sometimes you have to cry. I'm telling you, like the song says, trouble in my way. I have to cry sometimes. Sometimes you have to cry. But cry, baby. Cry right now because you're going to be laughing tomorrow. Cry right now because you're going to be smiling tomorrow. Cry right now because you're going to have everything you ever needed tomorrow. It'll be all over in the morning. It'll be all over in the morning. I'm telling you right now. It'll be all over in the morning. God wanted you to sit in it for a minute. God wanted you to learn some things. God wanted you to glean from some people. God wanted you to pull away all the information that you can pull away. God wanted for you to pull the good things out of that relationship. He wanted you to pull the good things out of that relationship so you can carry it to the next relationship and be able to glean from that. So that when God gives you what he really wants you to have, when God gives you that business that he really wants you to have, so when God gives you all the things that he really wants you to have, you got all the tools that you need. But how do we get the tools? How does a doctor become a doctor? He has to go to school. He has to learn. He has to do his externship, which he's not going to stay at. He or she. They're not going to stay at the externship, but why are they there? To glean from people who's been in that for a long time. To glean from other businesses, to glean from other doctors, to glean from other nurse practitioners, to glean from other people so that when they go off to do their own practice, they can take all the good things that they've seen, they can mesh it all up together, plus the good things that God have already put inside of them and all the ideas that they have, and put it all together to open that practice, right? So what I'm trying to tell you today is that it doesn't matter what the situation looked like. It doesn't matter what you went through. It doesn't matter, because to produce something good at the end, you have to go through something. You have to be cultivated. You have to be motivated. You have to be pushed and primed and pulled and all these different things, so that when it all comes out and it all boils down at the end, you are a beautiful vessel. Beautiful vessel for God to just be able to say, baby, you ready now. I done got you ready now. You the doctor now. You the MD. You not that in grad school no more. You're not in taking your remedial classes or your general classes no more. It's time to fight now, baby. It's time to do this thing. It's time to work. So once you have been cultivated, motivated, pushed, primed, and everything else, at the end, God has created something wonderful. Don't despise where you come from. Don't despise the times that you went through. Don't despise the times where you had nothing to eat. Don't despise the times when you were sitting in your bed crying yourself to sleep. Don't despise the times when they looked over you. Don't despise the time when they thought that you wasn't going to be nothing or anything. I was talking to my friend the other day, and I told him, I said, there was a teacher in my high school that told me, said, Townsend, you ain't going to never be nothing. You're going to be like all these other girls, just sitting here, just having babies all over the place, and not having nothing for your life, and not, going to college, not. And the mentality, and I hate that the mentality of the people that we grew up under, in my generation, they know who these people are. We set up under some people at our high schools, at our in our local neighborhoods, and all these different things. And I think they thought they were helping us by telling us that we weren't going to be anything. And they thought that was going to push us to the next level, which it did. It did. It did. However, when you say that to some people take it and they internalize it and they become what you say. And then there's some people who take what you say, make it ammunition for them to go and be more. So everything and all the odds was against me. Everything was against me. But with God, all things became possible. And I look back over my life and the things that I've been through. I've been homeless. I've lived in a shelter. I have not had nothing to eat before. I have been in places where you wouldn't even believe that I've been. Me and my family, we didn't grow up the best. We didn't have everything. Nothing was given to us ever. But you know what? God took all that we went through. God took all the insecurities, the times when people shut the door in our faces, the times when people laughed at us and scorned us, the time when people said that we were never going to be anything, and he took all of that and made it beautiful. I can say right now, I'm so proud of the women and men that my brothers and sisters have become. I'm proud. I'm proud to see them trucking and pushing and, but you know what? Everything that we went through prepared us for what we're doing right now. We can push through anything. We can fight through anything. We can push through anything. We can make something out of nothing. We can make a business with our eyes closed. We can, all these different things that we can do. I don't despise where we came from because it made us who we are. And people who that can survive. You hear me? People who can survive. So when you go through something, know that that's for your survival. It was intended to happen that way so you can survive. So you can survive the next step. So you can survive in this next season. Because the seasons that are coming up where you're going to need your survival kit. And the things that you went through and the things that you thought was there to break you, it was there to make you, and it made you for such a time as this and for this particular season. You don't despise it. Don't despise it. So the person who asks what intentional means, it means that everything that God did was on purpose, baby. It was on purpose for a purpose. And you're about to see what that purpose is about to be. You about to see why God took you through those things. You're going to see. You about to see. And it wasn't to break you. It was to make you who you are today. I love you. Bye-bye.